Greetings to Miss Un. We are from Group Last Minute. I'm gonna present our e-commerce website that was focused on drinks that is named CaffeCup. So I'm gonna explain the database part. So this is our database coding it was used. So on line 13 was used to connect to the SQL. So we run localhost because we use them locally, and then CaffeCupDB because it's the name of our database. On line 14, we use this to, like, in case if we fail to connect to the database, it will have a connection failed error message because this used to detect an error, so we can know that the connection has failed, so we can fix it right away. So I'm going to explain our database. We have 5 tables. The first one is users. So this is where the user data was saved. The first, we have ID, name, email, phone, and password, also the role. So the admin role was default to the system. It was used for the system admin to log in and the customer data after they created an account on the website. So the next one is the products table. This is where we store the details and the information of all the products available in our website. We have ID, category ID, name, description, the product price, and also the image URL. And then we're going to proceed to order items. This is where the items that was ordered by the customer. So for this case, they ordered an product ID 1. This is the quantity 1, price 1, and the options that they chose. And then we also have the orders of the customer, the user ID, total amount, shipping address, payment method, status, and the date of when the order was created. And then the last one is categories table. This is the categories we have on our website: coffee, merchandise, and pastry. So this is the database that we have in our website.
Hello, my name is Lidubert and I was responsible for the Section 1 user authentication and profile. My objective was to create a secure login for the CaffeCup, ensuring that every user has a unique identity. This is critical because the shopping cart and order history in my teammate section rely entirely on the user ID generated here. First, we will take a look at the registration process. On the website direction, on the create account page, a new user enter the detail. When they click register, the system will validate their input. If successfully, they receive a success message and proceed to the login. For in the code, the logic is found between line 56 and 78. Specifically at 68, I use the power hash function to encrypt the user password before it ever touch our database. Then at line 69, I use a prepare SQL statement insert into user to securely save their name, email, and phone. This prevent SQL injection attack and ensure user security. Is the login system. When the user log in, the website check the password. If it's correct, the site remember them, so they stay logged in even when they move into the cart or menu page. This happened at the line between line 27 until 53. I use password verify at line 37 to check if the password is correct. If it's matched, the code save the info into the session. For the crucial point, I want to highlight line 11, which is the session start. This single line at the top is what allowed the entire group website to remember who logged in. The profile dashboard. This page displays the user current information. If they edit their name or phone number and click save, the change happens instantly across the system. From line 343 until 386 are where I display the user profile card and using Bootstrap to show their name and email. From line 80 until 91, where the code link together. When they click save, the code inside this block run as SQL update command to permanently change the detail in the database.
My name is Sharu Aiman, and I'm going to present my part is section 2, the product listing and search. So this is the menu that available. We're going to list out all the menu available in our website. And then from the category, we can click to categorize the group in a group, the product. So in the merchandise, we are going to categorize for each of them. And then we have search for the customer to search the product that they wanted. Like for this one, ice americano, and for example, they're gonna click, and this gonna show the product's description, the name, and also the price. And the user can also customize their own drinks to their own likings. So in this case, I'm gonna put this, and then they can insert also the quantity that they wanted. So this is the pop-up model for the website. So for example, we add to cart, and we will also insert it into the cart. So this one in the line of the code is this one. So the search logics that were used, we start with the select statement here that join the products and categories table where the one was used. It appends the extra conditions starting with and without causing syntax error. And this also have the dynamic filtering that if the user they clicks a category button, we can detect using this one, the get cat, and it's gonna append a filter for that certain category ID. And if the user types in the search bar, we detect this one. We use detect Q and use the SQL like operator to find matching names. So this is for the search logic. And for the front end interface, the display loop, this one. And from here, in this block, the loop that we used were while until here. So this is a while loop that iterates through every product to return it in the database. Inside this loop, we use the database, the values, and directly into HTML using PHP echo. So it can state the names of the products. And finally, for the product information, the modal trigger, the on click. So this is the on click open modal here. It trigger the customize the user can custom their own drinks. So this is all for part 2, section 2, product listing.
Hi, I am Aina Vicena. I was responsible for Section 3, which is the shopping cart management. My goal was to build the bridge between the menu and the checkout using PHP sessions for efficient state management. First, let's look at the add to cart process. Here I am selecting a caramel macchiato, customizing it to be ice, and setting the quantity to 2. And then when I click add, this backend code captures this request. It validates the quantity to ensure it is positive. Then here, it pushes all these details, including the specific options, into the session card array. This effectively saves the item to the server's temporary memory without needing a database transaction yet. Next, let's look at how this data is displayed to the user. This page is rendered using the front-end view logic. First, the code checks if the session variable is empty. If it is not, it renders this table using a for each loop, which you can see here. This loop iterates through every single item stored in our session array and creates a table row for each one. Inside this same loop, I handle the math dynamically. As you can see in the code, subtotal is equal to price multiplied by quantity. It calculates the cost for that specific line item and immediately adds it to the grand total variable. This ensures that the total amount displayed at the bottom is always accurate based on the current cart state. I also implemented dynamic user interactions directly within this table. For the quantity input, I added a JavaScript trigger called onChange. This means the moment I change this number from 2 to 3, The form automatically submits itself to update the session, means there is no extra save button is needed. Finally, if the user decides to remove an item, clicking the shred button submits a hidden form carrying the item's specific index. The backend uses the array splice function to cut the specific item out of the array and reorganize the list, instantly updating the cart. With the items finalized, the data is now structured and ready to be passed to section 4 for the final checkout process.
It explains what happened from the moment the user clicks checkout until the order appears in their order history. When the user navigates to the checkout page, so from this line, if the user is not authenticated, the system will redirect them to the login page. This is to ensure that every order placed is linked to a valid user account. And since I have already logged in, I can proceed to order my coffee. So this is the checkout page. And once the user is logged in, the name and phone number is automatically displayed. The system retrieves their information from the database using the session ID. The user then fills in the remaining details, such as the delivery address and payment method. Required fields ensure that important information cannot be left empty. Instead of immediately placing the order, the system stores the checkout data temporarily in the session. This allows users to review all their order details before confirming. This stage, the user can see their personal details, selected items, and total amount. The cart items are retrieved from the session and displayed dynamically to ensure the pricing is accurate. The user is then given two options: to edit or to confirm. If the user confirms the order, the system saves the order permanently into the database. After the order is successfully stored, the user is redirected to a confirmation page. This page displays a success message along with the order ID confirming that the checkout process has been completed. Later, when the user visits the order history, the system retrieves all orders associated with the user. Current orders are still pending are shown separately from past orders that have been delivered or cancelled. For pending orders, the user is given option to cancel. When this happens, the order status is updated in the database and then the change is immediately reflected in the order history.
My name is Ismail Misrin. Now I will be presenting section 5 of our CaffeCup project, the admin dashboard. Okay. Before we enter the admin dashboard, let me show you how the security system works. Okay. Now I enter as a normal user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It appears invalid credential. As you can see from the line 6 at 0, if it's not admin, die access denied. So it appears invalid credential. This exclamation marks mean not. Else if page equals to admin. Okay, so I enter as an admin. Okay, admin. Okay, now we now in the dashboard. It has 3 tabs: order, product, and category management. From the order, you can see KMK, Anwar, and Ronaldo. This is the customer. I can change the status from delivered to cancel. Cancel from delivered to pending. Pending, cancel to delivered. The status is changed. Now you can see from the line 693, select all.star mean. It means get everything from order table plus the name from user table. And from order, we call it O for short. And for join user, it connect it with user table called U. For the on, or.user ID equal to user ID, it match the user ID number. This is why we see Ronaldo, Anwar, and KTK instead of user ID 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we move to product management. Okay, from the product management, I try to add a new product. The image. Cut. Sugar. Save product. Okay, so we see plain water is add. Now we see, it appear here, plain water, 2 ringgit. Okay, so in the edit, from line 852 here, document get element ID, edit product ID, value equal to product ID. When we're adding a new product, the field is empty. When we're editing, JavaScript fills it with the product ID number. The backend PHP check this field. Okay, now we move to category management. Okay, this is the third step. Okay, I add a new category, smoothies. So the smoothies is appear. From here, it appears smoothies here. Okay, so from line here, PHP gets const query select all from categories while get fetch assoc. Okay, so it means get all category in loop.